morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Inside Scoop. I'm your host, Big Bubba. With me this week is my co-host, Joey.
Hello.
How you doing, Joey?
Hello.
Good to see you. So we'll start off with a really positive note. What happened to the Patriots? They won.
Yeah.
An amazing football game by the Patriots. Hey, maybe to get ready to turn things around. I wouldn't hold your breath. But it's one of the best games I've seen them play though in a while. That couldn't have actually won. Well, as we generally do, Joe, let's go into some of our lists. First, we'll do some of our birthdays. We have a few coming up. A few just passed.
Yeah, these all passed in the last week or two. First off is Ricochet, October 11th.
Okay, how old is Ricochet?
35.
Wow, I didn't know he was that old. I've met Ricochet once.
The current Raw Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley, is October 11th, 27.
Yes, okay, I thought she was that old.
The American Nightmare's father, Dusty Rhodes, October 11th.
The late, great Dusty Rhodes.
The Usos and Solo's dad, Rikishi, October 11th, 58. Taz, October 11th, 56.
I know Taz was my age. Met Taz once too.
Nikolai Volkov,
Great man.
October 14th.
I met Nikolai and talked to him one day for about 45 minutes. One of the nicest guys that I ever met in wrestling.
Taz's co-worker from ECW, Just Incredible,
I've met Just Incredible.
October 16th, 50.
Wow, he's a big 5-0 already.
This guy's current, was AEW star, Kenny Omega, October 16th, 40. This year's WWE Hall of Famer, Stacy Keibler, October 14th, 44.
Wow.
Tama / the Tonga Kid, October 11th, 58.
I saw that on Facebook.
The Berserker
Yes.
in the late 80s, early 90s WWE.
Do you know where he lives? Grew up in my hometown, in Weymouth, Massachusetts. People don't know that.
October 18th, 64.
Wow, I can't believe he's already 64. Huss. Huss.
Scott Hall, October 20th.
Late Scott Hall. Hey, yo.
Steve Mongo McMichael, October 17th, 66.
Can't believe Mongo's already 66.
Right now he's battling ALS. Chavo Guerrero Jr.,
Who I've met.
October 20th, 53. This next guy, we just lost him earlier this year, around the time of WrestleMania. Bushwhacker Butch.
Yes.
October 21st.
I met Luke. You see me wear my Luke shirt?
And lastly, Humberto Carrillo. October 20th, 28.
He's 28? Wow, he doesn't look like he's 28. Well, I'd be remiss if I had mentioned my brother Paul was October 10th. I believe he turned 67. And my dad was October 15th. If he was alive, because my dad's passed now, he would have been 100 years old. He passed a while back now. I think he's been gone for 16 years. He died when he was 84, so there's a kind of a combination of death and birthday, in my own family. Miss my dad, so. Now let's go on to the more negative people, the negative news. We've had a few deaths in the last couple of weeks.
And one of them is sitting right on the table here.
Oh,
Lost in Space star, Mark Goddard, who played Major Don West.
Joey very conveniently brought in the CD of that. I do own the entire Lost in Space
So do I.
series on VHS.
I own it on DVD.
Oh, I own it on VHS.
Next, we got Superman star Phyllis Coates, who played Lois Lane on George Reeves' Superman.
Yes, the original Lois Lane.
And next, we got Three's Company / Step by Step star and Thigh Master star,
Queen.
Suzanne Summers.
Yep, I couldn't believe when she died. The only one left from that show now, really, is Joyce DeWitt.
Actually, if we count Richard Klein.
Richard Klein's still alive.
And Priscilla Barnes and Jenny Lee Harrison.
Yeah, they're alive, but they were minor characters towards the end of the show. But
Or two were filling.
Ralph Furley's gone. Don Knotts is gone.
Oh yeah, the
Norman Feller's gone. Ogden Lindley's gone. Yeah, John Ridd's been gone for a long time. I actually was just watching that today.
I think this one you probably don't know, but it's one I'm familiar with. If you're a 1960s Dark Shadows soap opera fan, Dark Shadows star Lara Parker, she played Angelique the Witch on that soap opera.
Okay, I don't know who that is, but...
Next one is Rocky star Burt Young.
Burt Young also did a bit part in the movie Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield. He played the chauffeur, the heavy for Rodney Dangerfield in that movie.
He played Rocky's brother-in-law.
Paul, yeah, that's where we all know him from, pretty much.
And lastly, the original Shaft star Richard Roundtree.
Couldn't believe Richard Roundtree. You just told me that this evening. Couldn't believe that.
I just found out on Facebook.
We didn't mention some other birthdays. I know Bad News Brown would have just had one. He's passed. I read it on Facebook, I think yesterday. Again, if you go to, listen to Joe, go to WrestlingForum.com, my good friend Vic Salagasa and Giselle Brown. They put on holiday birthdays and deaths and remember things constantly for people. Excellent website to look into. Well, to keep going with our show, we were kind of in neglect last month. We didn't go into our results of our last pay-per-view that we gave our information on, but we never actually know the results. We got sidetracked talking to Steve a little bit. So could we go into our
Fastlane results
and see how we do with our picks? Because I think I remember what I picked.
Actually, we never did any picks. We weren't here for the picks.
Okay, yeah, we were away. That's right. We have a director smiling at us now. That's good. Good to see that.
Okay. First match was Cena and LA Knight against Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. And Cena and LA Knight won.
Yes.
Next one is the Raw title, which was a last man standing match. It was Seth Rollins against Shinsuke Nakamura.
That was definitely the match of the night of the pay-per-view. That was awesome.
Rollins won.
Those two guys killed each other, literally. That might be the most brutal match I've seen in a long time.
This is the WWE tag titles. Finn Balor and Damian Priest against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, and Cody and Jey Uso won only for a couple of weeks. Yeah,
and since they've lost them back to them, for those of you who watch Raw, all that.
And next we got the SmackDown Women's title, Io Sky versus Asuka versus Charlotte, and Io won.
Yes.
And lastly, the 6-man tag match, which was Rey, Escobar, and surprise tag partner Carlito against the Street Profits and Lashley, and LWO, and Carlito won.
Yes. I had the pleasure once of meeting Carlito. He's not that big a guy in person. He looks bigger on TV. I mean, he's not that tall. I mean, he's very small. He's actually only 5'7", 5'8". Thanks again for. Well, we have another pay-per-view that's coming up in a couple weeks.
Actually, a week from Saturday.
Do you have any of those matches? Maybe we can give
5 of them so far.
Well, we can quickly go over that again and go into our
first one is the world heavyweight titles. Seth versus Drew.
Now, I'm going to shock you here. I read on the internet from the document I can go into. Heard rumors that Drew is going to win the title because Seth needs to take some time off to take care of his back. So I think Drew wins the title. I'm going to pick Drew to win the title. And he's supposed to turn heel.
Next, we got the Raw Women's title in a fatal 5-way.
That's going to be an interesting match. I mean, you got Nia Jax and Raquel Rodriguez. You have Zoe Stark. You got Shayna Baszler, and of course the champion Rhea Ripley. Now, who do you think wins the match? I'm going to make my pick first. I think Rhea keeps her title somehow. I think Rhea Ripley's going to win the match.
The WWE Universe.
Well, who are you going to pick, Joe? It's difficult.
I'll go with Raquel.
Of course, you're going with the fan favorite.
The WWE Universal title, Roman Reigns against LA Knight.
Yeah. I think LA Knight's a good competitor. It could be a good match, but somehow I think Roman Reigns keeps that title. I think Solo gets involved and kind of costs him the match.
The U.S. title, Ray against Logan Paul.
That could be interesting too, but I think somehow Logan Paul wins that match. I hate to say that, but I think he's going to end up hurting. He's going to end up knocking out Rey Mysterio with that loaded fist of his. I'm sure you're going to be. You'd pick Rey in that one too. So.
Last we got Cody versus Damian Priest.
That could be a good match. They let it go. That could be a great wrestling match.
As long as those others stay out of it.
Those others stay out of it. I think Cody wins the match, but if not, Priest might steal the match somehow. Well, as I've been telling you folks now for a few years, I have continued to read the list I had last time because of when you see this show, it's going to be on Saturday, folks. As you know, we tape a few days before. So here's some information, a couple of upcoming shows I got for you. Again, if you go on independentwrestling.com or any of these other websites, they will usually refer you to other companies and you find out when wrestling shows are. This Saturday, which is today, this is showing October 28th, RWA Devil's Night. It's going to be at the Johnston Rec Center, 1741 Atwood Ave in Johnston. Tickets are $10. I believe ringside has been sold out. Those tickets. I will be at the show. I'll be sitting ringside. Also, Saturday in the other end of the town is WWE Stranger Happenings. Is you got the Natick Elks Lodge, 95 Speen Street in Natick. Those tickets are, I believe, are $20 at the door. I think they were $15 if you went online and got them early. Good, great shows. And lastly is going to be December 1st. I hope that's the right date. That seems like an odd date. Oh, no, Friday, December 1st. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. NCW WrestleFest, I think it's 18. Be at the VFW Post 2017 in Dedham. I've gone through this before. It's a little confusing, but it's $15 for general admission and $20 for VIP. VIP means if you get a VIP, you get to go in, pick your seat, where you're going to sit down. You don't have to pick your pants. You get 2 slices of pizza and usually a picture, a poster. That's your coming independent wrestling shows that I've gotten down this week. Again, if you go on one of these independent wrestling, go on the site itself, independentwrestling.com, Independent Wrestling New England. They'll list some of these things. I just saw something tonight, which I'm actually taping. It's on Chronicle, about one of your local politicians from Rhode Island. David Morales plays a heel manager on the RWA. Well, they're featuring him on Chronicle tonight. I literally just saw it before I came in here. I was like, whoa. So I'm going to tape that and watch it. Hopefully some of you folks have seen an episode of Chronicle on WCVB Channel 5. If you're not watching AACS, which you should be watching AACS, but click over to WCVB Channel 5 Chronicle every now and then, watch. Maybe you could YouTube it and see it again. Because again, we won't be seeing this now until Saturday, but I want to see that episode to see how you might see me in the audience seeing David Morales go through his shtick. Who's a representative from the state of Rhode Island, local guy. Good wrestling shows. Like I said, I go to a lot of their shows. That's really it for independent wrestling information I have for now. As you can see, we don't have a guest this week. I did not arrange one. I gave Steve a night off. He's home. He's probably eating something. He's probably get ready to put weight back on for the winter. Everything else is going okay. And I start this whole show off with something interesting. The Patriots. Who watched the Patriots game this week? That was a great game. I mean, it gave me hope that this team may actually do something. Maybe they're turning things around. They beat a tough football team. And it totally shocked me when they won that game. They actually dominated that game. They played very well. They got a few controversial calls that went against them. A couple calls that they had, that they got, but a lot of calls that went against them I just didn't agree with. They're coming back. I mean, Mac Jones looked like some guy named Brady in that last drive of the game, and they came back and won the game. Excellent football. I'm sure Joey's been watching some of the Bruins games.
No.
Bruins are on fire. They're 6-0. They haven't lost a game yet. They look very dominating. They dominate everyone they're playing. I mean, tough teams. Good skating. I think Pasternak already has 5 goals. Am I keeping you awake, Joe?
No.
Okay. Oh, that makes me think of you're wearing the hat now, the Red Sox. They're hoping to get some players. The Red Sox hot stove information. You can always check that out. There's a rumor spreading that Craig Breslow is going to be the new general manager. Used to be the pitcher on the team at one time. They announced it today. The inside source says there's good possibility that they're going to sign him as a new general manager of operations, which can only help the team. I mean, people on the team know him. They respect him. He worked with Alex Cora. Alex Cora was actually his manager. And he's been, I guess, doing some other things around the league, assistant general manager for one team and doing some other stuff. So hopefully we have a new general manager. We can turn things around with the Red Sox. As you're watching this too, folks, I want to wish you all and all the children out there happy and safe Halloween. This coming Tuesday, this is airing Saturday, it's Halloween night. All the Valley kids trick-or-treat. Joey will be out trick-or-treating. Hopefully,
no, I won't.
Hopefully somebody eggs him.
Yeah, right. I'm not going anywhere.
You should. You already got your mask on. But when I wish everyone a safe and happy Halloween, just be diligent. You older folks, if there's children out walking and trick-or-treating, please keep your driving, drive safely, be alert, be aware that these children, I'm not sure when the actual trick-or-treat times are, but I was always told it was like 5 to 7 or 5 to 8 or 6 to 8. I know I'll be out there. I'll have candy at my place, giving out children some Halloween. Hopefully I get people. Last year I had one. One kid. It's happened before.
We had a few.
You would get a little more in your area where you are. People probably don't realize that where I am. Well, what's some other subjects we could go into? What's happening in WWE? I mean, Joe, can you see things happening with certain characters, certain people? What do you think of Judgment Day and the Bloodline kind of partially joined factions working together?
I think I don't know if I trust that.
Neither do I. I think Judgment Day is trying to take over. So that's my opinion on that. I think that's what might happen to that. I can see Drew McIntyre. He's kind of gradually turning into a heel. He's been wrestling faces a lot of his matches. I mean, him and Sami Zayn had a throwdown match Saturday on Raw, Monday on Raw. It was a really good wrestling match, but Drew McIntyre won that. But out come Rhea Ripley from Judgment Day.
Yeah.
There's rumors spreading that Drew's going to be going on Judgment Day.
Yeah, they were even caught out in the back.
Yep, talking. Here's another scoop that you might have read, not read on Facebook. Somebody they think maybe going heel and joining factions with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. You ready for this, shocker? Bianca Belair.
Well, her husband is part of that.
You're right, Montez Ford.
And she just returned this last Friday.
So, I mean, that would be an interesting twist if she does go along with that. I guess Eve, who was part of schism down in NCW. Basically, Schism's gone. The 2 members that were on Schism left. The grizzled young veterans left the company altogether, left WWE and NXT. And their cousin, Eve, may be going into the bloodline. Maybe bringing another woman into the bloodline. There's rumors of that because she's part of the Inoue family. I think is that The Rock's daughter or somebody's daughter? I think so. I think it's The Rock's daughter. She hasn't been wrestling much, but keeps things interesting. Do you have any other insight, Joe? I'll pull on you for a couple of seconds, yeah? Open time.
Yeah. When I was looking at Judgment Day, it looks like there's like dissension going on in there too.
A tiny bit, but I think JD McDonough's trying to get in, but he's making mistakes and it's costing people. It's costing. I know Damian Priest can't stand the guy because he hit him with his.
Oh yeah.
His briefcase. He hit Damian Priest in the leg with it. Cost him a match. He's trying to help out. They tried to break Cody's. They tried to break Cody's ankle the other night, and that was JD McDonough's idea. Put the chair around his leg and whack him with it. Whack Cody with it.
But Cody came out and saved Jey Uso.
And they were all saying that Rhea Ripley's trying to run everything, do everything her way. And
what's going on with her and Uso, the way he thinks?
I don't know. What's up with her and Uso and all. And you got Dum Dum. He's back as the North American champion. He beat Treat Williams.
Well, because he had backup, that's why.
Yeah, well, that's what else is new. As long as Mommy's out there. Tell me, he got that title back. I know Carmelo Hayes lost his title to Ilya Dragunov.
Speaking of losing titles, Becky lost hers.
Yeah, we mentioned that on the way down. Isla Valkyrie beat Becky Lynch for NXT Women's title. I've heard some rumors that Asuka's going to have a few more matches. She may be retiring. She's thinking about it. That's again. This is only rumors I read on TV. Some of it don't take into credo. Let's go back to the independent scene. Shay Cash again is champion of IWA. He won his title back controversially. He beat Tom Billington. Smacked him in the head with a pair of brass knucks.
What do you think he is? William Regal? Power of the punch?
Never thought of that. Maybe Lacey Evans. The woman's right. It's possible to think about. She's not in wrestling anymore. She hasn't been wrestling. She's not even going to AEW. I think she may be leaving wrestling, unfortunately. She was a talented wrestler. Oh, WWE releases. Some small ones last week. Mansoor has been released. Dana Brooke has been released. I read those online. You probably read the same things I did. I was wondering what happened to Mansoor. He wasn't a bad athlete. You would think they'd keep him around just for Crown Jewel to go over and wrestle in front of his own people, but nope.
Last time I saw him, he was one of the male models.
Right, with him and Massey. I don't know what happened to him.
Either.
I know I saw some appearance with Jinder Mahal and his two compadres there. Sanja and something else. Mahan. I always forget his name.
Veer Mahan.
Yeah, Veer Mahan, which I think is a dangerous tag team. Very dangerous. Speaking of tag teams, they broke up Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens is now on SmackDown. That could stir a few things up.
Speaking of that, I think Dum Dum put his foot in his mouth.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because he said he was going to hit whoever the new guy was going to.
Oh yeah, come out. Oh, we didn't even mention that either. The new general manager of SmackDown. We all knew him as Magnus when he wrestled, but Nick Aldis, who's I'm drawing a blank. Why am I drawing? The wrestler, Mickie James' husband.
Yeah.
Now there's rumors that Mickie James is coming back to WWE because her husband's now in charge over in SmackDown. I'd like to see Mickey James come back. I always liked Mickey James as a wrestler. She's a decent athlete who got. There's rumors spreading that what's name is making a return too soon. That might happen maybe this weekend. Tamina Snuka. She might come out and help her cousin Nia Jax. It'd be kind of shocking because wasn't she one time Shayna Baszler's partner?
I don't know. I remember certainly we had Nia Jax with Baszler and wherever Baszler was with at the time.
Yeah, Nia Jax was once her partner, but so wasn't Tamina Snuka at one time?
I don't remember.
Maybe you could explain this to me because I couldn't understand the whole character thing, what was going on. What was up with Nikki Cross?
Oh, she was like a zombie.
Zombie stage. She was out staring and she just stared and didn't offer a tag. She was Natalia's tag team partner against Piper Niven and Chelsea Green, and she just walked away and she's walked around out back.
It was like, what's his name? So he thinks he needs a drink.
Adam Pearce, yeah. Adam Pearce going crazy. As wrestling has been getting interesting with these storylines. I'm sorry. And every time someone says that name, LA Knight, yeah, I'm not going to say that now. Someone says to me, yeah, I go, LA Knight?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Speaking of, you mentioned retirement earlier. We got the former WCW champion who's going to be retiring soon.
And that is?
Sting.
I've heard that. There's rumors spreading he might come back to WWE. He may have his last match here. He wants to wrestle somebody here. Maybe AJ Styles would be a great match if he.
Sting's like he's in his 60s right now.
Is he 60 or 61?
I think he's somewhere around there.
He's another guy that WWE is not sure what they're going to do with right now. His contract's coming up shortly. Hopefully they resign. I like AJ Styles. I like the whole faction. And the Luke Gallows, I believe, is still injured. Same as Eric from the Viking Raiders is still hurt. Eric Snow. That's why we haven't seen Valhalla, his wife. Sarah
Logan.
And they are actually really married. Those two are. Well, I can't believe this show's almost over. This half hour went so quick. Well, I'd like to thank our director for directing us, Double ACS for having us, allowing us to bring wrestling to you folks. I want to rest in peace all of our folks who passed away. I mean, a special one would, for a lot of us, sci-fi geeks. Mark Goddard, rest in peace, sir. You folks all have a safe and happy Halloween. And we'll see you soon. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.